What a crazy morning we're having, but this is fun. I'm with CARROL SCHLETT. I'm in Missouri. And life is good. And I'm excited because you've got your testimonies growing. So I want to put it all in one, though. So let's go back to the beginning. I guess it's been about a year and a half ago, you and your husband were some of the very first to get signed up to receive Infiniti Matrix. And if I remember correctly, it was about 3 weeks before you were supposed to get them. You had a little scooter accident.
Yes. I was 70, I don't know, 2 or 3. And I decided to try to ride a motor scooter for the first time. And I crashed. I made it across the parking lot and then crashed. Yes. So, at my church, no less. So, anyway, it was kind of funny, but the results weren't so funny. So, I damaged my leg badly. It was mostly on the inside. There were abrasions and all, but I tore the fascia off the muscles on the inside, stripped it off, and then the bones were so badly bruised that all of the gunk from the bones flowed into that cavity formed by the strip fascia.
Wow.
And it got real big, of course, and swelled, and it turned black. My foot turned black, and so for 3 weeks they were following it, and it wasn't showing signs of healing. And
they got to the point where they were talking about you might lose your...
Yes, they're worried about blood flow to the foot, and they put me on antibiotics because all of that gunk in there's floating bacteria in your body, and that's a prime area for it to settle. And then you might have to lose your whole leg. So anyway, it was a bad injury, and they were just to the point of sending me to a surgeon to cut it all open, try to clean it out. And I actually made that first appointment when I got my stem cells. And so I was 3.5 weeks into the leg injury, still elevating icing and no improvement. And I got the stem cells, and within 4 days of getting the stem cells, you could see marked improvement in the leg.
Isn't that amazing?
So I went ahead and kept the appointment with the surgeon, and the surgeon said, I believe this is starting to heal. And he said, if it would, that would be far better for you than if I have to cut in there and get all that out. So he told me what to watch for, and he said, let's give it a little more time and see. So anyway, that was the start of the healing. 4 days after I got the Infiniti Matrix, you could see the healing starting in the leg. You could see changes in it. And up to that point, it had hurt like the day of the accident. It was just horrible. And so anyway, so that was the beginning. And then I actually took those stem cells because I've had back issues for 20 years. And so on that front, it got better. The summer after I had the stem cells in September, I was able to travel all over the country for 17 days. We were on the road.
I remember,
I wouldn't even try that before the stem cells because I get into so much trouble sitting and vibrating in a car. So that was an improvement. But then another issue was bone density. And so we were monitoring that 8 years ago. They told me to go on drugs for that. And I filled the prescription, and my husband looked at it and said, you're not taking this, get another opinion. So I went to somebody else and got an opinion, and they said, I can't tell you what to do, but if you were my wife or my daughter, I wouldn't let you take this. So that's how bad those bone density medications can be. Anyway, I told my doctor, and she agreed to work with me on it, and then she came back 6 months later and said, you made the right choice. So whatever happened with people she saw, I don't know, but it wasn't good. So anyway, when I got to this area, because we had moved from Texas, the doctor here wanted me to go on it too, but I told him I took stem cells, so he said, okay, we'll watch and see what happens. So several months later, because March is when I'm due for the bone density test, we did the test, and he said, okay, we'll use that as your baseline. And it was bad, but I already knew it was really bad and getting worse. And so anyway, we retook it 1 week ago. Well, I had my results Monday this week from taking it a few weeks ago, and it showed marked improvement.
Love it.
Here's how the doctor put it. You have moved from worse to bad.
And that's wonderful.
And that's wonderful, he said. So he's not putting me on medication.
Yay.
We're going to retest next March.
Yes.
And I'm fully expecting it to be to the normal range by next March.
All right. I'll agree with you on that. Yay.
So, yes.
Awesome. Awesome.
So I know stem cells work. Absolutely know they work. They do what they want to do in you, but I know they work.
Yeah.
So
That God prioritizes them. And apparently, praise God, you had them already or got them right after that scooter accident. So it went where you weren't planning on it going, but you so needed it because you
Yes.
needed to keep your leg.
I am thankful that I still have my leg and my foot, especially,
Yes.
well, my foot was at the most risk right then.
Yeah.
But even to this day, it'll be 2 years in August, there is a knot like this still in that leg that's real hard, and it has a bruise on it that shows on the surface.
Yeah.
But the doctor looked at it Monday this week, and he is so pleased
Yeah.
because my leg was misshapen. It wasn't just bruised and that big knot in there. My muscles sloughed down to where my leg was.
So they've realigned your
disfigured.
muscles even.
Yes. Well,
Whoa.
yes. And
Yeah.
the surgeon that looked at it said, I don't know if that leg will ever look normal again.
It looks normal to me.
Yeah, unless you look really close, you don't notice any difference now. And the fact, too, that it swelled so bad, I still, at the end of a day, will get a little swelling in that leg versus the other leg. But it's
still healing.
Yes.
It's still, and you did not have to.
didn't have to have the surgery,
Yeah.
which is terrible because then you're open up to more infection, and sepsis and things like that. So
not fun. But praise God for Infiniti Matrix.
yes, I thank him, and I heard about it from friends in Texas. So we got a hold of Kat, and she's been coming up here doing meetings ever since to educate us on it.
Yeah.
So.
And the stories are coming in, and I love it. So thank you so much. I really appreciate you giving me your time again so we could update your story. So thanks so much, Carol.
You're welcome.